Good morning, afternoon, and night, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Intellectually Degenerate Podcast, the only podcast on the internet that is equally as smart as it is stupid. My name is Caleb, and I'm one of your hosts, and I'm joined today by my co-host, Gabe. Say hi, Gabe.
Hi, Gabe.
Hi,
Hi,
Gabe.
Gabe. You know what? That was a lot better than what I was doing, and I'm going to absolutely applaud you for that. But thank you so much for the welcome, Caleb. I do appreciate it immensely.
Oh, yeah, no worries. I figured I'd just do my, pull my promo voice from work to do something,
You mean your customer service voice that everyone who works in retail and hospitality develops, right?
That too, but mine's a little bit higher than that, I'd like to say, because I do promotions, so I have to put on a showmanship voice for my performances.
Do you want to give us a little? Do you have any like stories where like you've actually done a nice little switch up between your customer service voice and that? Because I can give a very easy quick little side tangent story just before we begin properly about how I've used mine effectively.
I mean, honestly, my promo voice and my customer service voice are two separate voices. The customer service voice is more just like slightly higher pitch, while the promo voice is more kind of like bassy and more like, "Hello, everybody! My name is Markiplier, and welcome back to Five Nights at Freddy's."
You know what? That I will say. This is so. Caleb and I are starting our new podcast. Initially, we had. I'm going to mention we had intellectuals and degenerates instead of intellectually degenerate. But on one of our second episodes on that, I will say it was one of our more better pilot episodes that we've ever done for anything with a Big Trev.
Oh my god, Big Trev! I miss Big Trev so much.
But I want to say with that, your promo voice. If you did a promo voice for Big Trev, that would have been fucking excellent.
Yeah, well, look, Big Trev, our beloved. What can I say? Look, maybe we do another episode on Big Trev, but like, I feel like the magic has been lost.
Well, you've changed where you were working prior to when you saw that.
Well, yeah, because I stole the poster from my old job.
Oh, true. So no, you do still have the poster. Yeah, but that's old news.
Yeah, it's framed.
Caleb, I will say, when that poster came out, I was listening back to some of our old episodes. That came out 3 years ago. That's 3 years outdated.
Damn.
I was still living on the coast at that point, like compared to where I am.
Oh, you were too, because the match was happening down the road from you. That's right.
Literally around the corner from where I was living, and I was like, "Yeah, dude, you should absolutely come to my place, and we'll absolutely go to that match." Never went to it, and you know what? I will say, I did go out like roughly around that time, like around near the place where it took place. I'm not going to say because that's big doxing, but like there wasn't there wasn't very many cars or any like big festivals. I'm not sure it even occurred because nothing was there.
Strange.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, the venue probably evicted him, knowing who they were trying to get. So, like, I think that's completely fair, personally.
Man.
But no, I want to give
I can't remember who was evicted from Big Brother or not, because I was going to make a whole joke of like, man, evicted from Big Brother and evicted from the place.
Trying so hard not to say what it was. I love it. But no, I want to give
No, I just don't even remember what it was.
Now, I want to give a quick little like story about like when I like did my little customer service thing. I used to work in the bistro at the restaurant I used to work at because I used to be a chef, glorified cook, mind you. I wasn't actually qualified, but I like to think of myself as a
bastard.
Chef. Excuse me. Yeah, you watch what you. Oh yeah, I gave you a moment to figure out what you were going to say, but no, I was talking to some of my waiting staff, and we're just chatting away as you do. Our restaurant was quite open face, so we had to be quite aware as to whether or not we were like swearing, saying very crass things around customers. But it was a quite dead day. So about midday for lunch, and I was just chatting away with the waiting staff doing some kitchen prep, and I think this was one of the days where we were like, oh, swearing, we were saying whatever we wanted or whatever, and then I hear from the waiting staff, they're like trying to get my attention. I was like, oh, let me finish my story, and I finished my story, and with again a few more choice crass words, and they're like, Gabe, we have a customer. I was like, oh, hi, how can I help you? Like, like immediately, I know what you mean by the high pitch because I went straight to, hi, how can I help you? I'm Gabriel. I'll be getting your order today.
Damn, that's yeah. The mad switch
Well, you'd be talking
Oh
absolute deadpan, but then you'd be like, "Hi," like literally straight up
yeah,
to
exactly.
hyper.
Like the customer service people really have the whole deadpan voice, and then the hi, how are you? Oh, that's good. You know, what can I get you today? And then immediately switch back to the deadpan voice, just like
The deadpan voice is either being super tired or that's literally just. It's not even deadpan. It's just their regular voice.
yeah, that too.
But yeah,
I suppose I just kind of found my voice more deadpan.
hey man, well, more deadpan in comparison to "Hi, how can I help you?" Like more high pitched, more flamboyant, more as you said, showman.
Right. Anyway, we've waffled on for about 6 minutes now, and we still haven't even touched the topic of today.
This has not been waffling. Excuse you.
Okay, I mean, I call it waffling, but like, I'm a more waffle over pancake kind of guy.
Hold on a minute. I really?
Yeah, I prefer waffles over pancakes.
Why? Why? By what context are you preferring waffles over pancakes, then, my bro?
General?
Okay. I just kind of strange. Like, I could understand if you were talking about like waffles in like, for instance, KFC recently has brought out their double crunch waffle thing, and I will say waffle in between two chicken is pretty good. A bit of a waffle muncher myself, but otherwise like no, pancakes. I guess waffle. Is the more like crispier pancake. I wouldn't say it's superior pancake, but definitely a better vessel.
I saw it when I was at Ballina the other day, but other than that, I didn't order it. I was like, nah, I just want some tenders and a milkshake, huh?
Broski, you should absolutely go and get that at some point. I will say you should give a review on the podcast for everybody to know.
Maybe I will give a review on the podcast that you're listening to right now.
Right this minute with your beautiful listener ears. Our sweet,
Yes.
sultry tones that I know is not as sultry as I wish they could be.
Well, not everyone can be blessed with a nice deep voice that can be sweet and sultry all the time.
Mm, yes. Quite ASMR, if you will. Mine is not very
Yeah, I mean,
ASMR. I have
I remove the pop filter from my microphone and get like all up nice and close and start making all those weird, wet, mouthy noises.
please
I'm sure our listeners would love to hear the moisture in my mouth.
especially if they're listening in the car and they get it, and the people next door, like next in the cars, can hear them. You just hear them going, "My sweet, sultry, wet, moist mouth." You know what? I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop that right there. I'm done. I don't need to get into that. I'm gonna get out of that.
You open up a can of worms you don't really want to delve into.
Absolutely. And you know what? I can absolutely talk about the can of worms for a different podcast episode. But we're not going to do that today. Do you want to introduce the topic, or do you want me to?
No, you go on ahead. It's your
Well,
topic today.
oh, thank you, Caleb. Caleb and his partner have been very handy in fulfilling a nice little dream of mine recently. Being of Arabic descent, I have had a lot of Arabic influences in my life, originally from New South Wales, where a lot of Arabic people are. And to say that is, I miss a lot of things. I don't currently live in New South Wales now. I don't mind saying that part about myself. But there are some things that I do miss quite a lot about where I live in comparison to New South Wales, and that is the literal uh fuck allness, I'm gonna call it, absolute nothingness of pure Arabic, specifically Lebanese bakeries. And just the other day, actually not even just the other day, literally yesterday, um, I had received some information from, again, like I said, your partner, Mr. Caleb, about where there is a Lebanese bakery near you guys. I was not even really near you guys, actually more where Tom used to live, because that's not. It's more in between where you and I live now, as a matter of fact. I should more say. But the thing with this Lebanese bakery is that it obviously comes with all the things that people might understand about Arabic food, baklava, um, more baklava. I think it's the only thing white people know is baklava.
I was gonna say, I mean, you're only listing baklava, and all I know is baklava. So like,
Yeah, but you're
yeah,
also
even the kebab shop that I hit up when I finish work at 3 in the morning sells baklava.
that and sorry and Turkish delight, obviously, but much big given for that one. But no, so Lebanese bakeries, they have things instead of they have multiple different types of baklava, but they also have like almond flour shortbread. They had like they were selling a thing called kanafi. I'm probably pronouncing, despite being of proud Arabic descent, I'm absolutely butchering this word. But kanafi, which is like a sweet cheese type dish. There are a bunch of other like mostly shortbready type biscuit things. Just all things that I will say that I had a lot from my childhood, and that goes more into my thing of where I do miss more often. We're gonna start this episode a little wholesome, right? I miss a lot
I love Wholesome.
of my tater's cooking. My tater, I believe tater is, I've believed this my entire life, is Arabic for grandma, as far as I'm aware.
I was gonna
And
say the audience is gonna need a translation.
yeah, I'll make sure I provide translations. That's why I said with Kanafi, I'm like, you know what? It's a bit of it's like a cheese dish, right? It's that's super generalized, but it's kind of like a cheese dish. Is the best way I can put that. Oh, sorry, I had to snort. Yuck. There. Um,
Mm.
But yeah, my tata passed away many, many years ago now. And with that, I haven't been able to like have any of her cooking. I do try to like do my own cooking in her style as much as I can. She used to do a lot of Arabic sweets and stuff as well. And so it is very near and dear to me to be able to find things like this, like wherever I live. And just yeah, I just wanted to talk about that. Like, I'm more pictured to Caleb in the way of, is there things from your childhood that maybe your parents have done, maybe your grandparents done? I know that you're yourself Italian, so you have your nonna. Nonnas will make. There's no cooking like nonna's cooking. Like, I'm not sure if that's your context, but I know that's a very big context for Italian.
Yeah, for me, it was there's no cooking like Biz Norna's cooking. For the audience at home who doesn't know what that means, that's just great grandmother. And unfortunately for me, I never got to try any of Biz Norna's cooking because she was already very elderly by the time I was born. Yeah, it was a little rough. I've heard many a good things that she was very good at cooking, but yeah, unfortunately, I never got to try that for myself. I don't recall if I think someone inherited her recipes. I don't know if it was dad. Dad, if you're listening and you did inherit her recipes, could you hit me up about those? Cause I would like to have those. As I'm a bit of a cooking enjoyer myself, and I feel like having Biz Norna's recipes would be a good way to expand my repertoire.
I love that with a lot of obviously the more elderly like family members we've had, because I will say as well, my tata also somewhere has a recipe book. She wrote down all her recipes when I was younger. She used to say that, oh Habiba, Habiba, these recipes. I'm like, oh, tata, how you making your food? She's, oh Habib, they're just a bit of salt and pepper, just a little bit of salt and pepper. I'm like, it's not salt and pepper because this food is fantastic freaking tastic. And no way when I create it with just salt and pepper and obviously other little things that I could probably discern even at a young age, was definitely not it. And we actually ended up finding out what the secret ingredient was. And it's just Arabic allspice. But even just having Arabic allspice as or not all I think it is allspice. There's mixed okay, Arabic mixed spice. There's a difference between the two. Allspice is more for dessert stuff. But yeah, just having that as the one of the main ingredients for trying to make her food is brilliant. But that doesn't compare to actually having the recipes and the cookbooks and everything you need to know in order to cook the food. And I'm pretty sure one of my family members has this cookbook. I'm not sure who has it. It could be my dad. It could be my stepmom. As far as I know, they don't have it. My sister, I think, might know who has it. But the point is that I too I don't think any of my our listeners will be any of my family. I do have to admit, maybe some of my other friends, but maybe not my family. They're not big podcast people. But I know that if one of them is listening, I want you to know I know that you have the cookbook, and I will find it, and I will do a Taken 3 style takeover for that book. I don't care. I want it.
Come to think of it, I also have a cookbook that I've only written one recipe in so far. I really need to get off my ass and write more recipes into it.
I was about to actually ask you, do you have your own recipe books? I have contemplated getting a journal, writing a book or something, and actually doing the same thing because I like to quote I don't think his YouTube channel name's Uncle Roger, but I think anyone listening might know, oh Uncle Roger, he the one he do the fry rice. He does I should probably stop with the accent. He does all of the like uh what's the critiques of like chefs and stuff for how their abilities to cook Asian food. I have also maybe contemplated doing something similar of cooking Arabic food, even though I know I'm also one of the biggest posers. Um, but yeah, I want to get my own cookbook. Like, but what recipes do you reckon you'd put in there, Caleb? What are your recipes?
Uh, well, for me, all I've got in there right now is this beef chili recipe I stole off YouTube. Uh, and then I think I have another recipe written in my phone. If I knew where my phone was, I would. Oh, it's in my pocket here. Let me double check to make sure. See, because I think I had my fried chicken recipe in there too. And to be honest, I've kind of wanted to make it lately, but at the same time, it's kind of just like, let's see, what is this? Oh, that's a fucking okay. Oh yeah, here we go. Chicken recipe. Yep. Oh yeah, and the Japanese curry that I learned how to make that was actually not that great.
So I'm kind of thankful for the channel we have in our Discord, where or either mine or yours with the food stuff. Because God, I love like actually, and this will go back to my thing of being a chef where I loved to do plating. I don't like. I've seen fine dining plating. I've even watched the show The Bear, which gives me massive anxiety. I do have to say, watching that show is like living through PTSD. It's horrendous. But yeah, plating just like even just home cooked meals is so nice because it just it feels me, especially if I'm able to present it to someone. It fills me with like happiness and joy at being able to present something I've slaved over for like hours on end if I've done that. And it just looks pretty. I don't even want to eat it if it looks pretty. But the prettier it looks, the better it tastes, I found.
Oh, okay. I've never really been one for plating. I just throw all the food on the plate and let the flavors speak for themselves.
But here's the thing, right? Is that when you do the plating, Caleb, you get to put the food in a certain orientation that even though like this is kind of redundant when I say that it's kind of you're putting the food with the flavor of like what you would think would work with it. So say for instance, I'm gonna give a good old classic palmy salad on the side, and I believe in using chips as the bed and then the palmy on top. So when you cut into the palmy, you get a bit of chips, you can dunk it with a salad, shove it all in, like shove it in your head, fucking delicious. But like I, with pastas and whatnot, specifically, I want to say it was shepherd's pie. I like to I do the shepherd's pie thing where I put like a thing of mash in the middle, and then put the sauce around the mash if it's in a big bowl. So that way you're able to scoop some mash and then scoop some sauce all in one fluid motion.
Oh, okay.
And like
I get you.
yeah, yeah, like that. And I want to tie it back sort of to what I was saying with my tater is that the way she used to present our food, my tater was an absolutely fantastic cook. I want to fully reiterate that over and over and over again. She was an amazing cook. She always wanted me to be in the kitchen. I will say regarding their ability to eat food out of my siblings and my cousins, I was the golden child. I don't know if also by that you could probably tell them a little bit on the larger side. I do love my food. I'm a bit of a fiend for a good feed.
I was gonna make a small jab at you, but you made the jab at
I know
yourself,
it's
so
not a jab. It's what I
I'm
wear sort of
satisfied.
with pride. Except it's sort of we've got the wedding next year, so that's gonna be I need to kind of get in shape for that. But no, whatever. The thing that I remember most about my tater is how she prepared the food and how she presented it. Because the way that she presented it was like a full first course, second course, third course meal. She would do proper courses, my bro, like horses of food. And that just comes from being a wog, us wogs, we do big feasts just in general. And they were always fantastic. And they are one of my most fondest memories is sitting down with my family and having all this lovely food, everyone commenting. I have my Jiddo, who is my Tater's husband, so my grandfather. My Jiddo would always be like, "Oh, Teresa, you not enough salt. Give me more salt." He's a bit of a picky bugger, but I love him nonetheless. He's amazing. And just yeah, we used to have big parties. Arabic uh Arabic barbecues are also massive. I should actually I've been wanting to make an Arabic barbecue for you and for everybody else that we know to like come over and experience. Just because it would also fulfill me with it's a bit selfish, I will admit. But it will fulfill me with so much joy to make all that food for you all and for you guys to actually like eat it up and enjoy it. The best I can experience I can give for it was simply what I made. Because I cooked for my 21st. At the house. Did you come to my 21st, Caleb? It was at the house near where Big Trev's little match was going to be.
Oh yeah, wasn't it the pineapple themed one?
That yes, that was the pineapple themed one.
Yes, where I came dressed as a pineapple itself.
Yes, you know what? I will say I also don't overly remember my 20. No, actually, no, it wasn't my 21st. It was my 22nd because it was in 2021, and I'm a November baby. So it was my 22nd, I should say.
That
But
was at your parents' house, wasn't it?
my 21st was at my parents' house. Yeah, on the coast. But that one I also vaguely do not remember. All I remember was drinking from. Oh, by the way, dear listeners, mead, like honey wine. I would absolutely say if you don't like
Oh
mead,
wait, no, that one. Yeah, okay.
yeah,
No,
that
I
one.
remember your 21st now. That's right. No, that was at your parents' house with the big thing. Hey, wasn't an ambulance called to that?
It was a big inflatable igloo, is what we had.
Yes, I remember. Yes, that's right. And as we were leaving, someone was going to take it to the hospital because it
Yeah,
was drank too
let's.
much.
No, that is a whole different story on their own. And that person,
Oh
I will
yeah,
say,
100%. We're not delving into that, but I just remember that. Yeah, okay. No, it was your 22nd that was
the pineapple party.
the pineapple party. Yeah. Oh, then it was your 23rd that was out at your parents' new place, right?
My 23rd, I want to say yes, but I'm also going to say
Because
no.
I remember one of those birthdays, Nathan and I just forced you to drink a whole shitload until you threw up.
There's no way that was last year. Because oh no, wait, hold on, I'm 25 this year. Hold on, 2 years ago now. Yeah, actually, I will say that it's probably from my 23rd. I just don't remember doing much for my 23rd. Which, to
That's
be
right. Because
fair, we
last
didn't
year you didn't
really.
do anything for your birthday.
No, that's where I was like, dude, I'm Caleb. It's a whole other thing. I'm going to talk about this one a little bit next time. I'm getting older, man. Anyway, back to my. We're going off of more tangents. You're steering me down multiple different roads. Drinking mead is fantastic. Having it with ice and ginger ale is dangerous because I had a drinking horn for that particular birthday, and and it's a decent sized drinking horn. Like I'm a fairly average sized male in terms of height, so that's what I'm trying to say. My arm length. The horn was the length of my arm, which is maybe about not even half, almost an entire centimeter ruler for those of us who use centimeters instead of the stupid imperial system because we're not fiends. We're good Australians. Drinking horn was as large as my arm, and that whole thing could fill a lot of mead ale. And I will say it went down so smooth. I didn't realize that I'd had like 7 or 8 drinks until I was on the floor, hot, passing out, just because I had drank myself silly.
Nice one.
My poor fiance now, girlfriend at the time, yeah, she kind of had to deal with my drunk ass for a little bit. I did make sure I drink plenty of water. I did sober up. I was responsible, but yeah. And and now to follow back even further from the train, from the pineapple party. I don't know how much you ate or how much you could see. The light at the front of our house was not incredibly fantastic, but the entire like charcoal barbecue setup that I had done, that was the entire food that I had made and all the salads and whatnot is the epitome of like a good Arabic feast, and I hope you enjoyed that.
Well, I don't really recall it that much because it was a while ago now, but I ate quite a bit. I do know that.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad you. Habiba, I'm so glad you ate so much. Oh, I appreciate it. But yeah, I
And
wanted
then
to.
Kebab and I sat in the corner the whole time and talked about Pokemon.
Hey man, I wanted to make more because they are fond memories of my childhood. And although my friends themselves are not Arabic, like I said, Caleb himself is Italian. I still want to do that for my friends, just because I'm hoping that I can do that for people who can also further appreciate like my culture, what I bring, all that stuff. It is incredibly selfish, I will say, but does come from a place of I just want everyone to sort of experience the happy memories, or at least I tried to experience the happy memories I had all those years ago now.
Oh, so long ago.
So long ago.
Time time marches ever forward. Like
It
that
does.
one guy in that one song said, the years start coming and they don't stop coming.
They really don't stop coming, unfortunately.
They really don't.
But yeah,
You know,
anything
next thing you know, bam, you're 60, you have like 3 kids, 4 grandkids, and like a cane.
Dude, I will try and still, even when I'm 60, still do those feasts that I'm talking about because holy hell, they hit different, especially when you're older. But I also feel like my bones are not going to be that great in order to do so. Even now, at the ripe old age of 24, almost 25, I've been recovering for like the past like week and a half from a back injury I got from when I was chefing, and it's still sore. It's like a week and a half, almost 2 weeks later. I'm getting kind of sick of being this sore.
Damn. Well, that's just kind of how it be, I suppose. I mean, I guess you know you can do some workouts to increase your back strength, but
Oh, I could do some workout to get your back straight. I know, I'm aware, but that's not gonna, change. Actually, no, I say it's not gonna change up much. It absolutely will change up a whole lot. But anyway, how dare you? Do you not have any injuries yet? You're past the age of 21. You should be accruing them by now.
no.
Well, you know what? Fuck you. I pray you get one. At most one. I hope tomorrow you wake up and you go, my back feels a little, or my knees even. My knees feel a little crunchy today.
I mean, I usually wake up with a sore back, but then it just kind of goes away.
Oh well, okay, that's close enough for me. I guess that's fine by that. But yeah, is there anything else that you want to say on the topic of wholesome childhood memories that you want to relive in your current age now?
Man, I wouldn't really call this one wholesome, but this one's but like on the topic of grandparents and food, a fun story that I always like to tell. Excuse me, 1 second.
Blessings upon thee. If you're
Apologies.
sneezing.
Had to clear my throat.
Oh, it's close. I
But
was like,
one
he's gonna
memory.
sneeze.
No, I was just clearing my throat. But one story that I have is back when I was in preschool at like single digit age, obviously. Probably like, not even 5 yet. Barely self-aware. Um, there was this concert on. I don't know what it was for, but it was a concert and they were basically like, "Yeah, we're doing a whole big thing, bring food for all the kids to eat," kind of thing, you know? And my great grandma at the time, who I called grandma for future references, grandma made some brownies to bring, and when she brought them in, and the teachers were like, "Okay, no one eat any food yet because we're gonna open up all the food all at once." And I was like, "All right, cool. I really want to try some of grandma's brownies." So, I'm like, kind of. Once I hear that they're probably opening it up soon, I start, camping the main entrance for the food. They open it up. I bolt inside straight to where grandma put the brownies, and lo and behold, they're gone. They're all gone. None there.
Do you know who the culprit was?
Oh, I have no clue. But it's been like, I don't know, probably, 20 years, and I'm still mad about it because I never got to try grandma's brownies. Because what, she passed away, maybe like 4 or 5 years later, and she just never made brownies after that.
It was so, I'm not gonna say traumatic, but like it was so much of it like an intense experience for her for those brownies to be gone. She's like, well, if no one else is allowed to have them, I guess I'll never make them again. No one, if I,
Yeah,
no
so,
one can enjoy them.
brownies do kinda hold a bit of a special place in the heart, purely because I was denied them that one time.
Have you made brownies for yourself?
No, I actually haven't made brownies for myself, now that I think about it. I
Dude,
should hit up Nathan for a recipe.
no, just go on the internet, you wacko.
Or I could hit up the guy with the baking cert, or, make him feel like that cert's, worth something.
I mean, true, but also I don't imagine a lot of baking and stuff. I know probably does obviously involve brownies. It would do a lot, but I don't see a lot of bakeries themselves selling brownies. I don't know how much of a like help that would be for you.
Yeah, now that you mention it, I don't think I mean, most of the time I go to a bakery, I'm getting a pie, like, let's be real.
If I go to a bakery, I'm getting one of them fucking salad sandwiches. Oh,
Oh, yeah, that too. Oh, yeah.
dude, there's something
'Cause,
about
like,
yeah.
I was gonna say, there is a bakery around the corner from my work that opens up at about, like, 2, 3 in the morning. So, I'll usually I used to go hit it up whenever I did a close, but now I have the kebab shop, which arguably is so much better.
I've seen this guy on TikTok. He himself is a baker as well, but like he makes the most insane looking food. He calls it like baker's breakfast, and he'll get right, Caleb, right? we know friends who are affiliated. Well, we know people who are affiliated with the ganja, the Zaza, if you will,
Ah, of course, yes.
the big Zaza. But yeah, these guys would absolutely their munchies would kick the hell off for this baker's breakfast. This guy gets like a bacon and cheese roll, cuts the fucker in half, puts bacon, puts a hush brown, puts a whole ass pie, and then a fucking
Wait,
whole
like
ass
a whole
egg.
meat pie.
A whole meat, not even, dude. It's not even like crushed up or anything. A whole ass pie, just straight on top of the hush brown and the fucking and the bacon and the cheese and bacon roll. Then he puts a whole ass egg on top of the whole ass pie, and then proceeds to close up the entire monstrosity with the top of that bacon and cheese roll. And I want to say, as a glorified muncher of food, that makes me sick to look at.
It sounds aggressively American, and I can barely comprehend what it looks like purely because of the pie.
He's Australian. He's Australian, my bro.
This dude's this dude's American.
Ah, dude, he's Australian. I think it's
Nah,
saying
he's
no, no, he is,
American.
he is. I
He's just a
promise.
poser. He's American.
He's definitely Australian. But he even, you know what? He even dresses up like Big Les. Good old, big
What the?
old Les. He has the cargo
Oh, Big
shorts
Les,
on.
my beloved.
We should have a whole
Oh,
episode talking about Big Les and like Sassy, or maybe maybe dedicate a part of an episode to talking about that because God, that is not childhood for me. It's like my late teens, early adult.
adolescence.
My I'll say my like I said, my later adolescence. I didn't start watching that till like 2018, 2019, and I already left school. Like that was already
Oh, wow. You okay? No, I've been around for Big Les since I think the end of season 2.
yeah, no man, that show I only just like got into it. Like I said, like I say I only just got into, but I only got into like 6 years ago. It was quite a it was an experience for me to watch the first episode.
Hold on
Um,
a minute.
but yeah, no, this guy,
My doorbell is ringing.
this
Sorry,
guy,
Gabe. There's
yeah.
someone at my door.
All
Who
right,
the fuck?
you go deal with that.
Yeah. Hang on.
I'm gonna continue with this. Yeah, no, this guy dressed up like Big Les from the show. He has the full wife beater. He has the full cargo shorts. Big Les doesn't actually wear like boots because he has to wear steel cap boots for the bakery part, which is completely fine. But yeah, no, he dresses up like Big Les and makes the most insane food that I've ever seen. And not only that's just the baker's breakfast. That's not even all the other shit. He's taken out like an entire like loaf of bread and then put like quiche mix into the entire hollowed out loaf of bread and put cheese and the whole shebang on top of it and then put the loaf top back on top and bake the entire thing. I don't know what goes through this particular baker's mind, and I'm hoping our baker friend does the exact same because holy hell, it is quite a monstrosity to look at. I would say this is the perfect time to say, if you are all listening to this podcast on Spotify, please leave a review. We would greatly appreciate it. If you're able to put stars or anything, 5 stars would be even better. We are trying to start this up for everybody to listen to. And so we'll greatly appreciate your support. We also will be putting this on YouTube, and I will eventually be making TikTok snap like clips for this. So if you guys are able to go follow those platforms, we would greatly appreciate it. I'm not sure about X or Twitter as it once was because that is a cesspool of hell. But if we ever end up making a X account, please feel free to go follow that as well. Instagram as well. Eventually that will come out as well. I will have proper handles when everything gets released, and Caleb and I have officiated a few other things. But yeah, it would be really great if you could go do that, leave a review, 5 stars, go follow us on all those social media platforms. And yeah, just hope you're enjoying the episode so far. I'm still waiting for Caleb as of this moment. I think we'll be back after any of these short messages, which I don't think we'll have.
Like this one.
Oh, hello, he's back. Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. There was a lady at the door selling something. I don't know what.
Was it crack?
Montana showed up and took care of it, but me being the naturally paranoid person that I am, just watched the whole transaction on my camera to make sure the lady wasn't doing anything sus.
Oh, being a little introvert, you. Oh,
Well, I started speaking to her, over the camera, and then Montana walked up and took over. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna sit here and
Well, if it makes you happy to know, could you actually hear me while that whole thing was going down?
Oh, yeah, no, I could hear what you were going on about.
Oh,
Good,
thank God.
good timing using the, hit the bell or whatever the YouTubers say.
I'm not doing. Is that still a thing? Hitting the bell? I don't think hitting the bell is still a
Yeah.
thing anymore.
Did you know that 0% of our current watchers are actually subscribers? If you're enjoying to what you're listening to today here on Intellectually Degenerate, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, hit the bell, and maybe even leave a cheeky little comment in the comment section for us.
The cheeky little
I'll
comment. I
read
know it
all
comes
of them.
mostly from your family.
Yeah, that is true. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. Hi, Kirsty. Hi, Montana.
Keep saying more highs.
Who else? Yeah, who else?
All of Australia? Do we want to
Uh,
say all of Australia for those who eventually find us?
nah.
Fuck them. You know
Yeah, I
what?
was
We
gonna say
don't need
fuck
your
them.
support.
No, because they're not listening now. Fuck them. You know, once they become listeners, then then I'll hit them with the hi everyone. But look, so far it's only episode 1. We have no one. It's just us. It's just us and the void.
I said we simultaneously said, "Our dear listeners, I hope you're listening to this episode, and also go fuck yourself. Get out of here. Shoo, be gone."
Oh man, that's me as fuck.
But yeah, is there anything else that you would like to reminisce about, Caleb, about your childhood? Maybe around food, maybe around whatever. Up to you.
Oh man, oh jeez. Honestly, I don't really think I have that many childhood memories that I really reminisce on that much. Because honestly, once I moved up to Queensland, everything kind of just like fucking. Dude, I don't really have many happy memories past that point. There's probably some, but I can't think of any right now.
Everything was horrendous when I moved up to Queensland. This all was shit. It didn't compare to. Nah, it's
No, I
been
don't want to
pretty.
say it was bad. It was just that I was like, still single digit age, getting ripped away from everything that I knew and placed into a, well, what I interpreted as a very hostile environment.
When I was at a single digit age and I was ripped apart from everything I love and appreciated from when I was small. Man, that at least I was double digits for when mine happened. Holy.
Yeah, I was kind of, yeah. I mean, come to think of it, I didn't really have many friends down back home anyway. So like,
Well, now you got
I don't
plenty
know.
of friends now,
Well,
buddy.
yeah, no, I built up my network. I've got a lot of friends now, but yeah, that was moving up to Queensland. That was not fun. Not to say that I don't, looking back, it was definitely a good thing, but you know, for little child me, it's just like, no, I just want to go home.
No, I understand that. Hey, let's not make this. Look, it was wholesome initially. Let's not make this sad.
I'm very good at making things not wholesome.
I love that you and I will say, after you've mentioned this, this could be like we could also save this conversation for an entire thing like our journey from from where we used to live in New South Wales and coming up here and how we've changed since then. I think that'd be a nice little conversation.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe it would be. Dear listeners, stay tuned for that episode because that episode will drop. Maybe. Eventually.
At some point in time.
Definitely.
It'll drop. It'll drop. Let's hope it doesn't fumble drop. This is an absolute call and show how much I absolutely hate New South Wales as a state of origin team. Where we fumble and drop the ball every time we actually do something. I'm so sick of the New South Wales team, and I'm not going to continue that rage. That can.
Yeah, hey, look, man. This is why you just gotta embrace the fact that New South Wales sucks and just be a pessimistic supporter, Just be like, yeah, I know we're gonna lose, but I'm still gonna ruffle feathers anyway. And then if we win, then it's like, oh, would you look at that?
I'm going to absolutely at some point in time, as part of one of these episodes, I'm going to give an update on how I thought the latest Origin games have been. We've got an Origin game from recording this as of next Wednesday, so I think the next time we get a recording out.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So I'm going to. I'll tell you how game. Unless you go and watch it yourself, but we can maybe talk about how game 2 went.
Yeah, let me know how game 2 goes, because yeah, look, game 2, New South Wales will win because Queensland will probably let them because otherwise game 3 is kind of just like, meh, no one cares.
Well, I'm pretty sure. Oh, to be fair, bro, last last year it was 2-1, and Queensland had already won both games prior. So the last game was just cursory at that point.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is I feel like because it's only 3 games a year, I just feel like, if the first two get like if they don't take a win each on the first game, like first 2 games, then the third game just doesn't really matter. It's like, yeah, Queensland has already won, or New South Wales has already won. Like, well, I don't know. It doesn't feel like there's much of a point to it. It's kind of just like, yeah, it's already over. This game's just kind of like happening anyway.
Do you reckon a best of, because at the moment it's technically a game of where it's best of three. Do you reckon a best of five would be a lot better in terms of like the excitement and prolonging it for ages?
I don't know. I mean, it's always been a best of 3. I mean, a best of 5 probably, yeah, would prolong it. Make the first 3 games go pretty, be pretty good because you have to win 2. So really, it means that, I mean, unless you win 3 in a row, then the last 2 games just don't matter. And that's probably
But imagine as well, imagine getting stomped for like 4-1. Imagine getting stomped to 5-0. That
oh god, the 5-0
oh
sweep. That'd be so fucked. And the crazy thing is that back in Queensland's prime, back in like I don't know, maybe well, the early like late 2000s to early 2010s, like that absolute dominance that they had.
I think it was
They probably would have.
we were doing like research on that real quick where I think it was this would probably also be wrong and probably search it up or whatever, but I think it was 2014 was when Queensland started winning like 7 games in a row or something like that streak. So like,
Was it? No, they
ah,
won. Oh god, no, I'm gonna have to look this up.
you gotta look it up. But yeah, they won like 6 or 7 games in a row, and that was the most horrendous time for New South Wales. And what's even more fucked is that New South Wales themselves had got a
Oh, they
winning
won
streak.
8 in a row between 2006 and 2017.
Oh, I had my time. Well, look, 2006, I wasn't really
Yeah,
paying
they
attention.
won. Okay, yeah, they won, yeah, 11 out of 12 from 26 to from 2006 to 2017, with 8 in a row,
Ah,
which
dang.
was 2006 to 2013 was when they had that big year in a row,
Oh,
and those
actually,
big,
Caleb,
like, 8-year streak.
I do want to say, we're having like a quick little like Origin pre-party thing at Chicane's house. And while we were watching the game, like the pre-show to the game, they put up a bunch of stats and whatnot. And I think one of the stats was like if Queensland are able to get 3 tries in the first game before a certain amount of minutes or something, if they were able to get like a certain amount of points in the first game, in a certain amount of time, they proceed to steamroll the entire match. The every time that Queensland got a try in that first game, because I was the only New South Wales supporter. I looked at all the Queensland supporters and was like, "You have 2 more tries." They get the second try. You have 1 more try until New South Wales should just give the fuck up. And lo and behold, they got like 2 or 3 more tries later. And I think we only got like 1, maybe 2, maybe a penalty. Point is, they fucking steamrolled the shit out of us. And I just was like, that statistic, that was a curse and a truth.
Yeah, man, like, this is why I'm just, like, always so pessimistic about it because every single time I bother to look at the Origin, it's just like, "Oh, New South Wales are losing. Oh, who would have thought?"
Oh, yay. I want to support the Blues.
Although,
I
actually,
do.
I think I was at work last year for game 1, and I was just on reception, and I could it was very scuffed because I had to watch the front door more than anything, but I could see in between some chairs, I could see the projector where the, game was, so I could stand and see the middle of the screen so I could get some of the game, and then if I wanted to check the score, I'd have to take, like, 2 steps back and 1 to the left, and I'd be like, "Alright, now I can see the score." And then I'd be like, "Oh, look at that, New South Wales is winning. Oh, crazy. Alright, let's see how long that lasts." And then they dropped the ball in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, they fumbled. They fumbled. See, exactly what I
They
mean.
fumbled. Typical.
Look, I want to be a Blues supporter so bad, and I stick to the fact of like it's the state of origin, not the state of where you live. Otherwise, I would go for Queensland, but unfortunately, I have to go with the motto of "I bleed blue." And I'm constantly bleeding at this point. It feels like it's like a dog that needs to be put down, and that is what the New South Wales team feels like every fucking origin. It's really upsetting.
Damn.
Damn. But you know what? That was my best part of my childhood was when that was my favorite part of going to feasts and having to watch Origin, seeing the blue team lose and be like, "Fuck yeah, I love this." But yeah, what do you think,
Sorry.
Kel? What do you think about? I think that's a good enough chat. What do you think about wrapping it up there for now?
You want to wrap it up here? Have a nice little short one for our first episode, methinks.
Well, I mean, our first over on Intellectuals and Degenerates. If anybody can find that channel, good luck because it is buried deep, 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 deep down. But if you
Much
do
like
manage
this
to find,
one.
sorry,
Much like this one.
no, we're going to try not to be buried. We're not going to bury ourselves down. We're going to build ourselves up. This is what the whole point is. But like the first episode, then you know what? It's a nice little 40 minute, and I think this one's a nice little length as well. Actually, you did a beautiful, absolutely gorgeous intro. How about you also do the outro as well, and show us those non-promo people how it's done.
Oh god, you're really gonna put that ball in my I mean, fair enough.
Hey,
But
I
like
brought the
alright, what are our
topic. You bring
socials
the
again?
outro.
Is it is it just Spotify and YouTube?
At the moment, we are just Spotify and YouTube. I will be working on possibly an X account. I'm not thinking about doing that. Maybe an Instagram account, so you know we can put Instagram questions out there and see if people can reply to them, and maybe we even read. We'll actually can use that as a segment to read out on the show. Could be fun. But yeah, so for now we are YouTube and we are just Spotify, as well as all of the podcasting platforms from the thing that I use to upload it to. So just podcasting platforms for now and YouTube.
Alright, well, thanks for doing that segment for me anyway.
Oh, wait a minute. God damn it.
Got you good. Yeah, got you good there.
No, you did. Fuck you.
Because I'm sitting here thinking like, oh yeah, this is all the information I need. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm just gonna be repeating it, so I'm just gonna like not do it because Gabe just did it.
Well,
Thanks, Gabe.
fine. All right, fine. You're welcome. How about you just do the full-on outro and you send us out of here for today?
Alright. Well, thank you everybody, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us here today on our Intellectually Degenerate podcast. I hope you have found it as stupid as it is smart. My name is Caleb and I've been joined by Gabe. And on behalf of us two, thank you for listening and we'll see you next time.
See you next time. Laters.